Okay, welcome back, folks, to another War of Dots replay. And today we have the debut of Panda Guy. And this is the first time I think I have a patron. So I'm assuming that means that he's the guy that's bought the supporter pack on Steam. Props up to the guy. I'm too poor to do that, so it'll be some time before I give the dev any of my money. But on blue side here, his opponent, pncg, for those that have been longtime viewers of the channel, will recognize that that is actually Smith. And Smith, very good friend of the channel. Basically, I've got to give him credit. Both he and Steele, Steele is a good friend of mine. So, but Smith, I never met until he started sending me replays on War of Dots. Yeah, he basically helped me build the War of Dots series for my channel here because not what he did, but because of what his opponent, which is a guy called YSKFR, but I call him Steve, and that's basically been his nickname for the last 2 months or so. Um, Funny thing that occurred was that Steve came up on some of the War of Dots records somewhere. Someone looked up the 10 worst players, and Steve has like the worst win rate or the most losses or something like that. But nah, Steve's a legend. He will. Yeah, I owe him a lot. I owe him and Smith a lot. So yeah, and the guy sent in the replay for this one. And okay, interesting moves here. Smith's opening deployment. He completely pulled out from the south side here, rotated his forces into the center. He's also redeployed his reserves off into the center. Panda Guy actually did react to that. He's only left 3 troops in the south side. He started off a little bit more than that, and he's committed to the defense in the center. Uh, Not bad. Okay. We got some good gameplay. Eco boosting by both sides. We've got cycling going on. What more can you ask? The only mistake here is that if you're Panda Guy, right? If you're red, if you don't see any opposition whatsoever, you gotta rotate those troops into wherever the battle's going. Either that, or if you're in a significant advantage on that front, make a push. In this case, don't make the push because you gotta go through this forest line. You've got 1 armor unit and only 2 lights. To lay siege to a single city that's quite close to the main front line, I wouldn't recommend it. So what you need to do with these guys is just pull them into the middle. And yeah, you kind of do need the troops, my guy. Smith is on full offensive and he is up by 10,000 troops. So for those who don't know, as a rule of thumb, usually the attacker who's going fully offensive, assuming both players are of equal skill level, he will suffer more losses. Just of how the morale mechanics work. They deplete morale faster, they will take more damage faster. You can mitigate this through cycling. And if you want to see somebody take the offensive regularly and be up on troops, Girth McSlammer, the best player of War of Dots. I can't say the number 1 player because at the time of this recording, he isn't number 1. Uh, that belongs to Asteron. Actually, I think it. I don't know. Did it switch to somebody else? I don't know. I only recently posted a video where Mr. G, another good friend of the show, uh, he beat Asteron, who was at that time the number 1. Good times. Okay, Smith's offensive, excellent. But here's something that Panda Guy has done that we don't usually see is that he recognizes that the battle is not going his way and he is withdrawing into a better defensive position. Usually in normal, regular Joe games, um, each side just fully commits to the battle and then it just decided on, you know, who dies first, basically, not who gives up. But this is very nice. That is a very good strategic withdrawal by Panda Guy. Not a lot of gameplay to showcase that. All right, river offensive by the 2 army units. Not a good idea. No, not a good idea. Not a good idea. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Yes, there you go. Pull it back. Pull it back. You need to mobilize the forces on the north side. It's gonna be risky, but you need it. You're down. You're still down 10,000 troops, which actually isn't that a lot. Come to think of it, almost 20,000. But yeah, you can get some very good plays now because you are on the defensive. Smith has to go across the river into your city's passive power projection, sphere of influence. You have a lot of advantages right now as the defending player. It's just gonna come down to micro here. The 3 dudes in the south right here. This right there can very easily, shift the balance into your favor and allow you to seize the initiative. Ah, unfortunate. I think there's a little bit too much going on for Panda Guy. He doesn't quite have the fast hands to micro everything. It happens. It is what it is. But you're trying your best to get him out of there. Very nice. Smith is now committing even more forces to this engagement in the north. So we have a switch up here. The main front in the center, which was the only front, is now shifted off to the north side. I don't think this is a good idea, to be honest, because you're already making progress in the center, and you already pushed out Panda Guy. Now you're going into offensive into, you know, territory which isn't very favorable to you. If you want to cycle forces out of this forest now, if you're Smith, if you're blue, it's difficult. And if Panda Guy can, get a couple of good plays here, he can very easily encircle the majority of this task force and wipe them out. Very dangerous. But after watching about, I don't know, 10 replays of Smith, he has embodied Steve. He did it. As I was saying, the man, Panda Guy has managed the encirclement. Okay, slight breakthrough here, but these units are very, very severely depleted. Panda Guy's forces are also not looking too good, especially the armor units because they're in a forest tile. Not good, not good at all. But no, still opportunity to make plays here. Still good opportunity to go for another encirclement and try to close that pocket again. But as I was saying just now, we have not seen a lot of games from Steve. We don't know what happened to him. There was no communication between Smith and Steve when all those series of games were played. At least that's what I think it is. I don't know. Smith, are you actually in the... Whoa, okay. We have a snipe of the capital by Smith. Yikes. How did that happen? Panda Guy was too busy trying to cycle units that he just forgot there was a gap in the front line here. Now, here's the thing. It's a completely okay situation. You know why? It's only 2 depleted units. He's not going to be able to hold on to it. You've got plenty of forces to hold to make a successful counter-offensive. You just need to make sure the supply lines are kept open. You don't get in a encirclement like that. You'll be able to get it out. And just looking at the troop deficit, right? You're still only down by like 10,000. Actually, no, hang on. No, you're up by 10,000. Yo, you're doing fine, dude. You're doing fine. You're all right. Just retake the capital, redraw your defensive lines. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you'll be fine. It's just 3 fresh units in the south right here. You gotta mobilize the men. They're just sitting there, not doing anything. Dangerous offensive up here in the north. These 2 armor units are very severely depleted. But there is opportunity for an encirclement. You can see the breaking of the supply lines right here. Does he see it? Panda Guy. Come on. Oh, you gotta go, man. There's no time. Yes, go, go, go. There's no time for caution. Go around, go around, go around. Go through the gaps. Go, 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 go. Remember, you can afford to do this because you're next to your own city. The passive power projection is in your favor. Yeah, you got it there for a second. Get a couple more guys. Push and improve. There you go. Almost there. Ah, damn. It wasn't quite enough. Wasn't quite enough. Very good screening by Smith here. Very good screening. That's proper screening right there. To hold on to that city. Okay, right now, this is... Oh, wow. There's a breakthrough in the center as well. I missed that. Smith is microing on 2 sides very well. The center city is also about to fall. Oh, my. Yeah, that northern city is going to pretty much end the game there. There's not enough forces here for Panda Guy to properly retake it in time. At least I don't think so. Overextension here on the center, but no, Panda Guy, he has brought his 3 units from the south side. Okay, the northern city is fallen. Panda Guy is on a timer here. If he can't retake it in like the next 3 minutes, it's basically over. He's... Hang on. You're still up by 40,000. Right. Going back to what I was saying about Smith's playstyle, because Steve has been, AWOL, Smith has basically taken up the mantle of Steve's playstyle, which is just full offensive, full blitzkrieg. Since Steve isn't here to do it, Smith does it. And there you go. And it's Zuckerman in the center. I don't think Smith sees it. He's too busy trying to micro 2 sides. This is what happens. And yes, Panda Guy managed to do it. He managed to mount a successful counteroffensive to retake the northern city. He's got more than enough forces to retake it in the next minute or two, which is good. And yeah, Smith has completely exhausted himself. Panda Guy almost has a 2-to-1 troop ratio, despite the fact that Smith got his capital, sniped one city, almost sniped the second on the south side here in the center. And damn, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Well done, the Panda Guy. He didn't panic. He kept his cool. We could tell that his micro wasn't the best, but it was good enough for whatever Smith threw at him. And Smith is now actually in the top 100. Yeah, Smith's character arc on my channel. We've seen him go from like being absolute dog shit to actually be somewhat decent at the game. Amazing. Oh, I owe so much to it. But damn, Smith, yeah. It made for an extremely entertaining game. He basically played all the right moves, but the big picture, strategically speaking, when you realize the position that Panda Guy was in, so long as he didn't, give up and surrender and played his cards just, conservatively and just right, he got it. Going for a massive encirclement here, just not in terms of forces, but just in terms of space alone. The fact that he saw that and pushed the one light down all the way there, well done. Not bad. Didn't got some attrition on there, but yeah, these units are very severely depleted. Oh, sees opportunity here, trying to go snipe the city. Yeah, you don't have enough time. You're not gonna be able to make it with that. But it doesn't really matter because all you need to do is just bring in the main force of your army to bear down on one of the cities, which is this is the correct play. Very nice by Panda Guy. He's doing all the correct moves. Instead of trying to fight across the entire front line, you need to see the big picture and see strategically that if you want to win, you got to go for the center of gravity of the opponent. And in this case, in War of Dots, usually it's the city. So you get the massive mismatch here. You're already up by almost 2-to-1 troop ratio. Focus everybody on the single objective that is important strategically, which is try to get a city, and just go for it. There's not much that Smith can do. What are you doing here? This is not. Yeah, there you go. That was a misclick, judging by what happened. He wanted to set up the line like this, but instead he just put the order to swing everybody back into his own territory. But very nice, very nice. You got an encirclement here. The 2 armor units as well. Looking good, looking good. Not a lot of cycling going on. You technically can't afford to not do that now, just because you're up by 2-to-1. But honestly, it's good practice throughout the entire match length. Just do the cycling. It'll build up your skills, build up your micro, and it'll pay off in the long run. Uh, yeah, he's about to get it here. These two defenders are very severely depleted. Okay, moving in. Yes, very good. This is what you needed to do earlier. Oh, okay, and he sees. Okay, very nice. Good vision. Good map vision. D. Smith is going to make for another counterplay. Smith always does this. He doesn't believe in no-win scenarios himself. So seeing as how the situation is depleted severely in the south and he's down 2-to-1, instead of trying to go head on and try to play the attrition game, which would play into Panda Guy's favor, go for a wide flanking maneuver, try to get some play out on the other side. The problem is that, as I said, Panda Guy saw it, reacted quickly enough. And yeah, even though Smith has got more dots, they're all very severely depleted. And the only fresh unit is an armor unit. It's going through forest tiles. So not good. The city defender has just died in the south, but Smith has got 2 defenders stacked up right next to it, so Panda Guy wasn't able to just fully, freely walk in. But all those defenders, they're all very severely depleted. It's only a matter of time until they go down. And yeah, Smith went for it. It didn't work out. He got encircled, and everyone's dying. You tried. You tried. But this was an interesting game. Oh, the city in the south has fallen. That's it. That's basically GG. You're down 2-to-1, and you lost the city. Yep. Excellent plays. Very nice. Non-stop pack, non-stop action from start to finish here. Very nice. Yeah, I'm quite glad Smith told you to send in this replay Panda Guy. Yeah, good game. Well played. Well played by both players. Excellent. It's just Smith needs to Just need to cool down just a little bit here and there, especially once he got the mismatch in the center. Wasn't really important to strike in the north. He had all the cards to just play a methodical game and just push down the center, get the one city that's isolated on the peninsula on the west side of the river embankment, and then it's over. Yeah. But excellent defensive plays with Panda Guy. I don't think I've actually had a good replay to show what strategic defensive play actually, looks like from start to finish. So this is what the focus of the title is probably going to be. So if you're watching this and you want to send in your own replay, the only criteria is please make it be let it be interesting. Which I've said before, how do you evaluate if something's interesting? It's always subjective, right? So yeah. It's something we just have to deal with. But you can find me on the War of Dots official Discord server. DM me, all right? Don't friend request me. DM me the replay file and a short description as to either what happened or what you thought was interesting in the game, and I'll see if I can get around to recording it. No guarantees that your replays are going to end up here on YouTube. I've got a lot of replays, not all of them get through, and I've got a lot of other things going on right now in both life and YouTube. So there's that. So thank you for watching.